Much like the British monarchy's ever-waning influence, UK's parliament is also on the verge of being destroyed. You heard it right. UK's iconic Palace of Westminster will be destroyed by a catastrophic event before it is restored. The damning report has been shared by UK's Public Accounts Committee. So, what went wrong? Well, there's more than one reason. PAC's report has pinned the blame on years of procrastination by the UK administration. The British Parliament voted to restore the palace 5 years ago. However, questions about what a restored palace might look like and how the work will be undertaken remain unanswered. But this incredible delay does not indicate that taxpayer money is not being splurged. According to the same report, the Parliament is spending over $2 million a week patching up the palace. That's right, over $2 million are being spent every week, and the report underlines that virtually nothing is being achieved. There's still a growing list of health and safety incidents. Much to the UK's irony, the body set up to oversee the Parliament repair project was scrapped last year. On the other hand, India's emergence out of the British Raj and into Amrit Kal is gaining momentum. New Delhi is phasing out of remnants of its colonial past with a new parliament building. India's present Parliament House is a colonial-era building. It was designed by British architects Sir Edwin Lutyens and Herbert Baker. Like the British Parliament, it too was facing several issues, like any building constructed in 1921 would face today. So the government embarked on an ambitious project, a new parliament building that reflects our rise as the world's largest democracy. It reflects the aspirations of a Made in India Temple of Democracy, it reflects aspirations of a Made by India Temple of Democracy, and it also underlines aspirations of a Made for India Temple of Democracy. India will soon have its own magnanimous parliament complex. It'll be part of New Delhi's Central Vista project. But that's not it. India's 64,500 square metre, 4-storey parliament has already been constructed at lightning speed. It's set to be inaugurated by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on May 28th. So, as the UK deals with a crumbling parliament, it looks like the tables seem to have turned for good.
Email exchanges from inside the BBC, they talk about the risk of violating Indian laws. It's easier to rake up the freedom of speech debate, but does it give anyone a free pass to knowingly violate the law? America supports India because it needs India's support in return, and India is working with the US because it suits India's interests. This is how geopolitics works. Last night, he diffused a crisis with his defense minister. But today, Netanyahu was confronted with a new problem. His cabinet seems to have rebelled against him. The UK is looking at the Indian subcontinent to fill its coffers. That India seems to be negotiating from a position of power, like a partner and not a former colony.